Tracy, why would an author want to use first-person point of view?
To give the reader a sense of how the character is feeling.
How does first person allow us to get a sense of that?
We feel that we are the character, that we are, like when we speak, we are Melinda.
Excellent. When we look at it that way, what we see is that we feel like that person.
What's Melinda?
Melinda is the character in... Why would an author use second person point of view, Caitlin? Well, let me give you an example of second person point of view. Second person point of view, recipes, instructions are often second person. Second person is when the author tells us exactly what we need to know. So Caitlin, why would the author do that? Why would we need that? Okay, I'm coming back to you, so keep your ears open. Nick.
They're directly telling you what's happening or what you need to do.
And why would the author want to directly tell us that? What does it make sure of?
That we understand.
Yeah, it makes sure that we understand exactly what the author wants us to. So Caitlin, why does an author use second person? So we can understand exactly what the author wants us to. Jamisha, third person.
They're talking about.
Hold on. Jamisha, in third person, we get to see the thoughts and actions of everybody and all characters. Why would an author want to do that, you think? Can I repeat it?
Yeah.
Third person is when we get to see the thoughts and actions of all characters. Jamisha, why would an author want us to be able to see all that? Okay, well, we get to see that. We know that. Why is it important as readers for us to be able to do that sometimes? I'm going to come back to you, Jamisha, so keep your ears open. Go ahead. By allowing us to see the thoughts and actions of all characters. Why would an author do that?
To see like how other people have different sides of the story with.
Okay, it gives us a broader understanding, right?
Yeah.
Guys, look up here, okay, and look at my hands. This is first person and this is third person. They work like a scale. In first person, we get to feel it and experience it, right?
Yeah.
It's more emotional. But the problem is as it becomes more emotional, we get less. We get less of everybody else. We get to see a little bit less of everything else.
You got some candy.
The problem is, when it becomes more emotional, more individual, we lose, the broadness. We get to not experience as much. However, if we get to experience more, what do we lose?
Emotion.
Emotion, feeling like we're there. So, Jamisha, why would an author use third person? Okay. What did you say again, Ty? Help her out.
What third person?
Third person. Jamisha, listen, Ty, because he was right on the money.
So you can see both sides of the story from different people's perspective.
All sides. Okay. So why do we use it? So we can see all sides of the story. Well done. So guys, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be looking at point of view. We're going to be looking at motivation and characteristics, and we're really going to be getting into analysis. So far, we've been doing the easy stuff. We've been doing the definition, the identification. We haven't been doing the hard stuff yet. So we're starting to get into the harder work today. First things first, let me show you a video regarding point of view that I think will help us begin to really understand the differences in point of view. Everybody
I ain't laughing, so she ain't talking to me.
Everybody up here, please. Here we go.
Bro, if I should shut up, you melt me.
Ain't this one drill like super long?
It is just the three of us. Sometimes it can get a little crazy. I know when I am working, I really put myself into it.
Yeah. Why is it
Seriously
funny?
though, when I am
Why is it funny when the person who says he's first person point of view really puts himself into all the work?
Because he said puts himself into it.
But what's the joke?
He put himself into his work.
First person, so he did it.
Hold on. Which demonstrates first person how?
What?
Because
He's putting himself into his work. What do we know about first person point of view, Jamal? Huh?
No.
First person point of view is what, Ramon?
The point of view is of someone from in the story.
In the story. So, why is it funny that he says, I put myself in all my work?
Because he was really in the story.
Because he's really in the story. Okay? Now, I know it's really not that funny, but let's just go. Alright. Here we go.
It is all about me.
And you are not being arrogant because, as first-person point of view, you're the main character. I can always tell when you're the narrator of the story because of the pronoun I.
That's me. I am the main character and I am telling the story.
So, if the narrator, the one telling the story, uses the pronoun I and is the main character, the point of view in the story is first person?
You've got it. The narrator using the pronoun I is all the proof you need to know I am in the house. I am in the story as the main character and I am telling the story. First person, baby.
Now, here's the question. We're not going to get to see third person. There are two types of third person. We're just going to say third. But there are two types of there's one type that we're going to talk about, third person. If he were to reveal certain things, or if he were to say certain things, what kind of things might he say in this interview? Don't say anything yet. First person made a joke, and he said, I always put myself into the story. What kind of joke might third person say? Don't say anything yet. Don't say anything yet.
Don't say nothing.
Hope, what kind of joke might he make?
Oh. Huh?
You were trying to answer. What kind of joke might he make? Okay. The things say no.
Can you repeat the question?
Third person, if they were getting interviewed, what kind of thing might they say, Chandra? Okay. He would maybe talk about somebody else's story, right? Might even make the claim, I can read your mind, because a third person narrator can see the thoughts and actions of everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we start talking about point of view, these are the kind of things we're talking about. Now, I know that video was pretty lame,
Can we watch
Mr.
another
Clark.
one?
Mr. Clark.
but knowing that, we are going to get started with speed today. First thing I'd like you to do is look at this paper here. Hope, I need you to move your desk back to where it was, please. Yes. Guys, if you don't have your materials, get them now. You need a book, you need a piece of notebook paper, and that's speed paper. Ladies and gentlemen, if this continues to happen, we're going to have to try the whole coming in the classroom again thing. Let's get our stuff at the beginning. Yeah, we did. Apparently it didn't sink in. 20 seconds. Let's go.
What's that mean?
15 seconds.
I'm not. How?
10 seconds.
But move.
All right. Here we go. you'll notice that there are essentially 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me give you your numbers again. 1, 2. Guys,
Tell you.
I'm not talking about those slips of paper. Those will come later. Right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On that speak paper, you'll notice that there are conveniently 8 paragraphs. You need to read only your paragraph, paraphrase it, and then choose somebody to share out what you read. You will have 5 minutes to do this.
What's paraphrase?
To paraphrase is to summarize, to come up with the main details.
How we know what's paraphrase? You got 7.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So your 7th paragraph.
What's
Yes.
paraphrase?
Come up with the main points. Tell me the main idea of
And we
that.
fast.
All right. No, not that. Right now you're on the 5th paragraph.
Which one's
Yes, ma'am.
How do you paraphrase something?
To paraphrase. All right, everybody stop. This is a common question. Mayor Mello, give me a second. You're doing the right thing, but I need to clarify. To paraphrase is very similar to summarize. It's coming up with the main points, the main idea. To basically read your paragraph and to quickly tell us the main points about it. Okay? Now begin.
Can I just what coffee off in the car? What? You want to just step on my paper? Like it was high.
You melon right here, instead of right here. Oh my God.
Don't get butter.
And I'm like, give me butter.
No. I don't know why.
Meanwhile, Heather is in charge of making posters because
Come on, Corey.
what's that say? What?
Staring off.
Meanwhile, Heather was saying my name.
You're just kind of
I just
putting it
you.
together and then you're going to share it out loud.
Meanwhile, Heather is I'm making posters for the
You have a couple pieces
what's
there?
that?
Do it
Mars. Mr. Pun, ain't this for Martha's?
Martha's.
I already know the main.
But she doesn't have to. It's willing to agree to make. You bugs, my complaint. Anyways, in lab class, Linda and David are
So we got 7.
dissecting a frog.
You're going to tell the main points of that
her
paragraph.
secret. Imagine
Instead of making you read everything on that paper, we're splitting the
Then
word.
she takes
Guys, you're not putting this on the notebook paper.
stitches in her
Have
ear.
extra
She wonders if a girl is intrigued.
You got 3 minutes.
Painful memory. I'm gonna read it.
What?
So basically, supposed to memorize what we read. Summarize. That's what I just said. I thought you said memorize. Summarize and memorize. Summarize is different. Shut up. Oh, you can post it this week. I don't know. You tell me, and I say it too.
Shh.
But we done reading now. You shush.
Shh.
Nah, 'cause she's making me.
No.
You don't like it. Well, get your step out.
You want us to summarize on this paper flat?
No, you're nasty.
You have 2 minutes to finish, not even.
Are you done? Lucky you ain't my phone.
What?
I said, lucky you ain't my phone and you don't look at it.
Honestly,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to be respectful to our classmates as they present. Group 1, paraphrase if you would, please.
Group 1.
Frog with anger, Mr. Neck came into class complaining about immigrants because son didn't land a job as a firefireman. David Petterkins, whatever
Mr. Neck's son doesn't get a job. Mr. Neck starts going on a rampage about how it all is the immigrants' fault. And then David stands up for the rights of immigrants. Romelo's group.
Melinda's Thanksgiving was a disaster. Her mom forgot to thaw out the turkey. Her dad tried to make turkey soup, and they ended up ordering pizza. And then she took some bones to art class, and the teacher left.
Very good. Okay. Thanksgiving was a bust. They ordered pizza, turkey bones to art class. Mr. Freeman, who we've known as a very open-minded individual, like that. This group.
David's family hired a lawyer, and they might sue Mr. McDaniel for district. Mr. Next classes are being videotaped. David is Melinda's hero. As Christmas nears, Heather gives Melinda's hero.
Okay. Part of that might be because people were talking. The other part is we need to make sure that we are speaking with volumes that other people can hear. Essentially what we find out is that David is Melinda's hero, okay, for standing up. We also find that Mr. Neck is being videotaped because he's being sued. Tez's group.
Here's Corey. They play basketball. Melinda is good at basketball. The coach wants her to tutor the team, but she don't know how to say no.
Okay. Basketball coach wants Melinda to tutor the basketball team. Causes some stress in Melinda's life. KJ's group.
Melinda thinks back on her past, and then she ends up having to get surgery and stitches in her head.
Okay. Melinda thinks back on her past. She's starting to have some issues regarding her past. Hope's group.
Melinda works at a poster.
Can you speak up for everyone, please?
I ain't right to now, so can you come back?
Alright, you got 30 seconds to come back.
30 seconds?
30 seconds. No, you had 5 minutes. Get going. Your group.
Group of girls have a crush on the guy, and it's causing drama. And Melinda is left out.
Alright, group of girls have a crush on a specific person, Andy Evans, who we will see more. But we also see that Melinda, after being confronted by Andy, goes and throws up. So we know that obviously there's something going on with Andy here. And Rashik's group.
Wow.
Melinda gets to her park where she gets the ABC video on it, and her attitude, social studies, and like how she teaches that. Thank you.
Okay, very good. She's got a pretty mixed report card with a D in attitude. Hope, coming back to you. Paragraph 6, what do we learn?
Melinda works on a poster for markers, and then somebody sneak up behind her and call.
Alright, interestingly, she's working on a poster and somebody, it comes and whispers something in her ear, and it's actually the next paragraph that we learn that Andy Evans says something to her and she throws up. What can we predict here?
She hates it. She likes it.
Who is it?
Andy Evans.
Andy Evans. Or a clown, if it's Stephen King, okay? So, here's what we are going to do. I need you guys to please turn in your speak books to page 93. 93. That's why we just did that whole summer.
Yes, girl.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I noticed all this.
Oh, sorry, 95.
That's why I asked you. That's why I asked you.
I misunderstood what you were saying. Alright, and you have 30 seconds to do the following. You look at that card I gave you with a number on it. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 30 seconds, go. 30 seconds, go, go, go. Yes, go to that table right now.
No.
Diamond, do me a favor. Go. You said this. Wait, who said here? Anybody? Okay, just grab that desk right there. Ty, where are you supposed to be? All right.
Get up, please.
Here we go. Here we go. On page 95.
Boo.
We'll go ahead and just wait for you guys. Just wait for you. See. On page 95, we're going to start reading. I'm going to read through 98. We are going to be looking at a couple things as I ra-ta-ta. The first one will be how first-person point of view helps the reader understand speak and Melinda's motivations. The second thing we'll be looking for is how do we know about Melinda and other characters through direct and indirect characterization. You guys are then going to answer read the pages 98 through 104. And what I'm going to do, and what you'll be doing as your activities, I'm going to be putting questions on each table. You're going to be going from table to table, answering questions. Okay, and you're going to be doing that on the notebook paper. You can do it as a group. I'm only taking one paper per group today. However, if you don't do it, the whole group suffers. So you need to work together to be able to answer the questions. I'll explain more later. So, everybody follow along. Death of the Wombat. The Wombat is dead. Now, the Wombat was the next mascot. Okay, that was in the part that we skipped. No assembly, no vote. Principal made an announcement this morning. He said hornets better represent the Merryweather spirit than foreign marsupials. Plus, the Wombat mascot costume was going to suck money from the prom's committee budget. We are the Hornets, and that is final. The seniors support this decision totally. They wouldn't be able to hold up their heads if the prom had been moved from the Holiday Inn ballroom to the gym. This would be so elementary school. The seniors, our cheerleaders are working on annoying chants that end in lots of buzzing. I think this is a mistake. I have visions of opposing teams making enormous fly swatters and giant cans of insecticide out of paper mache to humiliate us during halftime programs. I'm allergic to hornets. One sting and my skin bubbles with hives and my throat closes up. So first thing that I see here, I see direct and indirect characterization at the same time. Direct characterization. I'm allergic to hornets. However, what indirect characterization can I pull here? I start to see that she's allergic to hornets. Hornets are the school mascot. Therefore, what?
She's allergic to the school.
She's, shall we say, figuratively allergic to the school. I don't know why you're laughing. It's right.
What? I'm sneezing.
But when saying that she's allergic to the school, is she actually allergic to school?
No.
No. What is she to school then, Hope?
She's allergic to the mascot.
She's not allergic to the mascot.
She's allergic to work. I'm allergic to school.
Maybe it's not even the word.
She just don't fit into school.
She doesn't fit in. Think about it. All her old friends hate her. She gets psychologically messed with from Mr. Neck. There's this guy, Andy Evans, who's, making her life hell. To her, school isn't a safe place. It's a place where her throat closes up. It's a place where she's allergic. Let's continue. I missed the bus because I couldn't believe how dark it was when my alarm clock went off. I need a clock that will turn on a 300-watt bulb when it's time to get up. Either that or a rooster. When I realize how late it is, I decide not to rush. Why bother? Mom comes downstairs and I'm reading the funnies and eating oatmeal. You missed the bus again. I nod. You expect me to drive you again? I nod. You'll need boots. It's a long walk and it snowed again last night. I'm already late. That is unexpected but not harsh. The walk isn't that bad. It's not like she made me hike 10 miles through a snowstorm uphill in both directions or anything. Now let me ask you this. When there's fresh snow on the ground and it's really cold outside, do any of you like walking?
No.
Okay, some people do, but generally speaking, as human beings, we don't like trudging through the snow and we don't like being cold.
Those smelly boots called dead.
So, why is Melinda okay with this? Her mom isn't going to bring her to school. Melinda says it's not harsh. I'm going to use a little indirect characterization here.
Because she's
I'm going to say that if her mom's not driving her, it gives her an excuse to not go to school. And looking at what the first thing we're going to be looking at, first person point of view, can we start to see how apathetic, how much she really hates school here? Oh, mom's not going to drive me. That's okay. I'm allergic to hornets. It's all about this I. It's me. We feel this with her.
First person.
It is first person. Let's continue. The streets are quiet and pretty. The snow covers yesterday's slush and settles on the rooftops like powdered sugar on a gingerbread town. By the time I get to Fayette's, the town bakery, I'm hungry again. Fayette's makes wicked good jelly donuts, and I have lunch money in my pocket. I decide to buy 2 donuts and call it brunch. I cross the parking lot, and it comes out the door. Andy Evans with a raspberry dripping jelly donut in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. I stop on a frozen puddle. Maybe he won't notice me if I stand still. That's how rabbits survive. They freeze in the presence of predators. He sets the coffee on top of his car and fumbles in his pocket for the keys. Very, very adult, this coffee, car keys, cut school guy. He drops the keys and swears. He isn't going to notice me. I'm not here. He can't see me standing here in my purple marshmallow jacket. Think about something here. Think about the setting, the imagery we get here. Fresh snow, right? You got sunshine on fresh snow. You guys have all seen this, right? Somebody describe what that is, what that looks like.
It's bright.
Okay, it's very bright. Now imagine this. Melinda is in this very bright parking lot with fresh snow, sunshine, frozen like this, in a big puffy purple jacket.
She's standing out.
She's standing out. What is she trying to do?
Not standing.
Blend in.
Blend in. Okay? This is a common theme with Melinda. Every time she tries to go away, what happens to her?
She stands out.
She stands out. Okay, so this is yet another existence of that. Let's keep going. But of course my luck with this guy sucks. So he turns his head and sees me, and wolf smiles, showing, oh granny, what big teeth you have. He steps toward me, holding out the donut. Want a bite? He asks. Bunny rabbit bolts, leaving fast tracks in the snow. Get away, get away, get away. Why didn't I run like this before I was a one-piece talking girl? Running makes me feel like I'm 11 years old and fast. I burn up a strip on the sidewalk, melting snow and ice 3 feet on either side. When I stop, a brand new thought explodes in my head. Why go to school?
Quick question.
Quick or good? Yes.
Ain't that the old dude that all the other girls like?
Yes.
So does he like her?
Well, let's take a second here. We know that she was, based on that summary we had, he in the lunchroom touched her and she immediately ran out and grew up. There's one. 2, we know something bad happened in Melinda's past that brought about, all this bad stuff, right?
She snitched.
So what can we infer here?
He likes snitches.
Maybe he likes snitches.
Maybe he was at the party.
Maybe he was at the party.
Maybe she snitched and saved him.
Okay. Keep all these things in mind, because we're going to learn exactly who Andy Evans is, and it won't be long now. But this question, why go to school? this brings on an interesting point of what actually motivates Melinda. Let me ask you this. Rashid, what's your favorite thing in the world to do? What's your hobby?
Well, have a lot.
Give me one.
Watching TV.
TV. What motivates you to watch TV?
Actually,
Excuse me? What motivates you to watch TV?
You need board.
Boredom. Okay. Chris, hobby.
What? Alright, bro. Watching TV on.
Okay, Chris says he enjoys. Excuse me. Chris says he enjoys playing basketball. Chris, what motivates you to do that? Say it again. Okay. Boredom. Does anybody do anything that doesn't result in boredom, Neek?
Yes.
I like to
yes.
draw and write. Well,
You like to-
mostly write.
Okay, Neek, you like to write. What motivates you to write?
It's dependent.
It's what?
Like, it depends.
Okay.
Sometimes I could just sit out in the rain and then just like write a whole paragraph. Or I could sit out in the rain. What if it's pretty wet?
I got an important.
Or I'll listen to a song that I really like and that keeps writing.
Okay. So here's the thing that I'm getting at. Everybody does things for a reason. Everybody does something for a reason. Sometimes it's a negative, sometimes it's a positive. Is Melinda motivated to not go to school? In this case, what's motivating her?
oh, she's getting bullied
Bullied?
in school. And this guy is really disgusting. He's trying to hit him.
Okay.
Her friends. And he don't want. She don't
Or
want
shall we
his
say her
donut.
ex-friends?
No new friends.
Mr. Neck.
She don't want his donut.
Mr. Neck? Okay. Hair woman? Can we go ahead and chalk it up and say everything at this school motivates her? Excuse me? Can we go ahead and say that everything in this school motivates her to not go to school?
Yes.
Yes.
She's terrible.
Let's keep
School
going.
hours, the lunch.
The first hour of blowing off school is great. No one to tell me what to do, what to read, what to say. It's like living in an MTV video, not with the stupid costumes, but wearing that butt strutting, I do what I want attitude. I wander down Main Street, beauty parlor, 7-Eleven, bank, card store. The rotating bank sign says it's 22 degrees. I wander up the other side, appliance store, hardware store, parking lot, grocery store. My insides are cold from breathing in frozen air. I can feel the hairs in my nose crackle. My strut slows to a foot-dragging slump. I even think about trudging uphill to school. At least it's heated. All right. I want you to jump to page 99. You guys will be reading up to page 104. You will read 99 to 104. I'm coming around and putting a slip of paper on everybody's desk. From now, as a group, once you get through 104, I want you answering only the question that's on your slip of paper. Okay? As a group. So please continue reading.